Evening, sir. I am Hannah Felixabeth G. Abao, your BSIT second year student on the subject ITC 206. And I will be discussing the framework of my choice, which is the front end framework Vue.js. Vue.js is a front end JavaScript framework that helps developers build interactive and dynamic websites easily. It works like Lego blocks, where each piece, called a component, fits together to create a full web application. So just like a Lego block, it is divided into components that, if we build it, would form a specific result or a specific thing. Vue.js follows different programming styles, such as declarative programming, where you tell Vue what to do and it figures out the steps. Component based architecture, where small reusable pieces make up a web page. And by this is, it's like, for example, the search bar on a web page. It has a different HTML. So on the other side, the web page icon or logo, it has its own HTML. That is my understanding. And lastly is reactive programming, where changes happen automatically without needing to refresh the page. For example, my understanding on this is the example of a shopping cart, or like when we shop on a online shopping app, for example, the Shopee. If we shop there, even if we accidentally go into another page, our um, added product on our cart will remain in there. It doesn't disappear even if we refresh the page, or like the page is um go to the next view. Vue has important features that make building websites easier. Templates allow developers to insert data directly into HTML, making pages dynamic. Directives such as VIF to show or hide elements, and V4 to loop through list add extra functionality. Components break a web page into small reusable parts like buttons or shopping carts. Vue Router helps users switch between pages smoothly, while Vux or Pinia stores app-wide data, so users don't have to log in again on every page. These features make Vue perfect for web apps, e-commerce sites, dashboards, and single-page applications like Gmail. The features of Vue.js is, it amazes my mind on how they build data, or like to form data to make an app work, because they break the web page into small reusable parts. It's not like other works of data that they all encode everything, making it harder for me as a beginner to understand. And this Vue.js has been enlightening my mind that they 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 break down the web page into small parts to make the beginner coder or the beginner programmer to understand what the Vue.js all about. Because my understanding in here is the HTML is the common uses for this framework. Lastly, in conclusion, Vue also has tools for managing data and handling a component's lifecycle. State management helps remember and share information, such as keeping items in a shopping cart while browsing a store. That's what I provided kanina as an example. That even if while we are shopping on the Shopee app, or Lazada or Shein or TikTok shop, while we shop there and we will be proceed onto the next page, the previous one that we added the product won't disappear. It will just be stayed on there, and it will be kept on the basket, or like the shopping cart. And Life cycle methods describe the stages a component goes through: being created, shown on the screen, updated, and eventually removed. For example, a countdown timer in Vue is first created, appears on the screen, updates every second, and disappears when it reaches zero. My understanding in here is that it has four lifecycle methods: the create, the shown, the update, and the delete, or like discard, remove. By saying created, it for example here is the timer. The timer has been created, and for the shown, the timer would be shown on the screen. The third one is the update. While the timer have shown on the screen, it would be slowly count down, like 60, 50, 59, 58, 57, and so on and so forth. Lastly is the disappears, or like the delete. It disappears when it reaches the zero. So if the timer is created, the timer is shown on the screen, the timer is being count down, updates every second, and lastly it disappears when it reaches zero. So with these powerful features, Vue.js makes web development easier and more efficient.